Awesome. So now we have your products and sales process created. Now we can go ahead and create your agent. So you want to go into content, click on agents, then click the plus icon at the top right. Then here we want to give your agent a label. In this case, we'll call it demo agent. Company name, we'll call it ABC Digital. Assistant name, we'll call this person Sarah. Agent type, we want sales. GPT model, we want GPT-4. We can always overwrite this in the workflow as well. Don't worry about the user ID. Then for products, we'll add existing, and we'll add the one we just created, this one here. Then for the calendar, we want to choose any of the calendars that we want to book on in high level. Then for the sales process, we'll choose the one that we just created. This one here. We don't need a knowledge bank for this agent. Then for prospect context, we have a full template for you. So all you need to do is copy and paste this, paste it in, and here we just want to give a list of pain points, desires, and all the usual marketing stuff about your audience that will help the agent sell. So in this case, I'll add a few pain points. We can say they've been burned by agencies, are afraid to invest, don't have the time to do it themselves, desires will be they want to reach 7 figures with 6 figures take home. They don't want to work in the business, rather they'd work in it. Now their current beliefs are Facebook ads don't work for their industry. Their offer is proven, even if it isn't. And they might believe that they have to do it all themselves. Now objections, you can take or leave this one. We might just add in a few about trusting an agency, and in that case you'll want to include some testimonials. Then you would want to give a few testimonial examples. Then here we talk about the offer itself, the campaign that we're promoting, where people are coming through, and really what they're looking for. So let's say this campaign was how we beat agency controls in 7 days, cutting costs by 50%. Now, if you have a VSL, a lead magnet, some type of free training, then this is where you would want to link them to. And all we're saying here is, hey, they may or may not have digested this information, and you might want to work this into your sales process. About why agencies haven't worked for them, and how we are better. Better than any other agency on the market, beating controls in 7 days. Then, if not, pointing them to a link. And that's prospect context all done. It doesn't take long, but it helps the AI out hugely. So once you've done this section, you'll want to configure some of these options. Now, the time zone, that's really only for when you are working with local leads. So if you are in, say, LA, and all of the leads are from LA, then it makes sense to set this up to PST. Otherwise, leave this blank. This is because if you turn it on, the AI will not ask for the person's time zone. And if you are in East Coast and they are in West Coast, then that's going to cause some confusion because they will assume you're talking in their time zone. And then you book the call and you wonder why there's a ton of no-shows. So set this if you are working with local leads. Now for these fields, these are more so for Messenger, live chat, and whatnot, in cases where you may not have the contact information, but you want the AI to gather it before booking. Now, normally I just leave all of these on by default because it ensures that I have all the contact info that I need, and it doesn't cost any extra. Then we have beta features, and the only beta feature in here now is what we call natural splitting. And what this does is it splits up the number of messages. So instead of sending one long message, say about pain points, desires, what the AI recommends, or about appointment times, it will send 2 to 3, sometimes 4 shorter messages. Now, the important thing to note is if you do this on SMS, then you will be charged for each SMS that is sent out. Whereas on the other platforms, so Messenger, Instagram, live chat, then it doesn't cost you anymore. So by default, we recommend having it on for the social media platforms and only SMS if it makes sense for you or the client. So we'll turn these on. Then that is the agent complete. We'll hit save. Now to test this out, all we need to do is go into Go High Level. And once we are in Go High Level, I recommend testing agents out on Messenger because you are likely logged into Facebook and it's free to test. So go into your Messenger workflows, click on the Start Messenger workflow. Now I've done a full walkthrough on setting these up. So the only thing we want to change in here is the agent label. Instead of myself having AppSetter, I'll have demo agent. Now let's make sure I have that right. Lowercase. We'll copy this, we'll hit save, and save. Then we'll come out of here, go into the continue workflow. We'll open up the webhook, find the label, replace this, hit save, and all we're doing here is changing the agent that I want to pull in. So that's now all updated. So now if I go into Messenger, so in this case, we have the trigger set up so that if I send the word demo, then I should get a reply. So let's test this out. So now we just need to wait for the AI to respond. Now you can see here, let me just open this up for you. Now you can see here, it's following step 1 in the sales process where it's confirming who it's speaking to. So I'm saying yes, it's Alex, and now we wait for a reply. And this is super handy if, for example, you are running ads and you want people to send a certain keyword to the page. Then it will only reply when these keywords are triggered. So now it's asking about contact info, and we'll see here inside go high level. When I load up this contact, I have no email, no phone number in there. But if I reply in here, sure, my email is then what you'll see is it will update my contact info. Now, obviously, you might not want to ask this right out of the gate and have it towards the end of the sales process, but this just highlights how attentive the agent is, and it's to demonstrate that it can gather and update the contact. So let's see if we have a look inside Go High Level. And then there we go. It's updated my email address. Now, it's probably not updated my phone number because I already have a contact in here with that number. So if I went and deleted that contact, it would update my phone number. But you can see the agent is working, it's pulling in the product and the sales process, and that is you up and running. And you could have this working across email, SMS, Messenger, Instagram, live chat, you name it. So hopefully this is helpful. Any questions you have, hit me up in Discord, and I'm happy to answer your questions.